What's going on, everyone? This is Kevin here, coming at you with Samsung Galaxy S25 FE, tips and tricks, and hidden features. So stay tuned if you want to learn how to get the most out of your device. So this is the Samsung Galaxy S25 FE. Now I really like this phone because despite it actually being a pretty affordable device from Samsung, especially for it being kind of a upper mid-range phone, we're getting a ton of features here with the device. And I'm looking forward to showing you some of my favorites here in this video. So let's get started. Now the first thing I want to show you is how to customize the power button on the side of the phone. So actually by default, I'm not even sure if you're aware of this, if you double press on that button, it's going to immediately pull up the camera app. Now that's definitely very convenient, and it doesn't matter where you are throughout the operating system, simply double press on that button and then the camera immediately appears. And then if you long press on that button, it is going to be pulling up Gemini, which is also convenient. Now we can actually customize what this button does, and I'll show you how to do that right now. So pull down the shade here and then go to the gear icon up top for the settings. Then from there, go to search and then just type in side. And you'll see right there, side button. So go there. And then now you can see, you can change what the phone does when you double press and long press. And you can see by default, it does actually say camera for double press. So if you go here, you can actually further customize this to have it actually activate any of these features. Or if you want to, you can even go to apps. And if you pick that, you can choose any app installed on the device. And then it'll take you right over to that app. So maybe you're someone who's really into Instagram, for example, then you can choose Instagram. And then now when you double press on that button, it's going to pull up Instagram. So that's really convenient. But if you do want to keep it on opening up the camera, you can actually further customize that. So go to the gear icon right there, and you can actually choose to have the phone take you straight over to recording a video, taking a portrait, or just taking a standard selfie. And then you can see for long pressing, it does have Google Digital Assistant as the default option. You can also switch that over to Bixby, or if you just want the standard power off menu, which I actually feel like a lot of people would prefer, you can pick that instead. So now with the power off menu selected, holding down on the power button actually pulls up the power menu, which I feel like a lot of people would actually prefer. Now the next thing I want to show you is how to edit your lock screen on the Galaxy S25 FE. So you can see by default, this is what the lock screen looks like, but if you hold down on the lock screen and then put in your fingerprint, it'll then take you over to this area where you can actually edit what shows up here on the lock screen. So there's a lot here, but you can start by tapping on the time, and then from there, there's different formats for the time, so different fonts. You can pick different colors, the thinness or boldness as well. You can even go over to style here and choose completely different styles for the actual clock itself. You can even get an analog clock. You can have a full calendar. There's just lots of different options here. You can even choose whether or not you want the weather to appear. And if you want to move the date up top instead, you can also make that adjustment. So lots of different ways to change up this lock screen. You can also go to add widgets, and you can choose from many widgets that are installed on your device. So you can add those in on your lock screen. So that could be very convenient. You can also go down here to the two default apps, which are the calling app and the camera app, and you can change those out as well. So you can actually switch those to different device functionalities. So you can have your flashlight go there, maybe airplane mode, really whatever you want. Or you can pick from any app installed on your device. So definitely very convenient that you can customize those. You can go to the gallery to change out your wallpaper. You can go to frame to pick different, basically frames for your wallpaper as well. So lots of different ways you can customize this with these different frames. You can choose colors as well to go as an accent color here. So many different ways you can customize this. And then finally going over to effect gives you the option to add a blur, which I already actually added here to this wallpaper. But you can grayscale it, you can pick other accent colors. So just many different ways you can change up the look of your wallpaper and the appearance of your lock screen, which is really awesome. Now what's great about the S25 FE is that we do have Galaxy AI features built into this device. So we're going to go over to the gallery and we're going to edit this photo. So you can see these stars down here, that indicates the Galaxy AI features. So go there, and then we have two different things that we'll be showing you right now. The first one is generative edit. I'm sure you've heard a lot about this, but basically if you want to remove something, simply just draw around it. The system will then identify it. And then from there, maybe I want to erase it. I can do that. I can go to generate, and then now it'll completely remove that object. So there's a lot of different things you can do with generative edit. You can change the look of your photos. You can add things in, just many different ways that you can change the images that you've taken here with the phone, or really any image for that matter. And you can see it did indeed remove that plant. So you can go to show original to see what it looked like before. So that's really awesome. Now there's another thing I want to show you here as well. So we'll go back over to here. And if you go to sketch to image, this is kind of a fun one as well. So I'm going to basically add in another plant. I'm going to go to generate, and I have no idea what it's going to generate. At this point, the system is pretty much deciding on its own, but we'll let this load up and see what it creates. And you can see it created another plant right here, kind of similar to the one on the left side. So that's pretty cool. So kind of a fun feature there. If there's something specific, obviously it is kind of up to whatever the system decides to add in, but that is a cool way to kind of add objects into your images. And if I swipe over here, I can generate one more. So I'm going to try that out as well and see what it creates this time around. So again, it's different every single time, which I feel like actually makes it pretty interesting. And we'll see what it created. Okay, so it created like this mini palm tree. So that's kind of cool, almost like a 3D printed palm tree. Now, one of my favorite things about the S25 FE is how much you can customize this phone. So if you pull down the shade here, you'll see a bunch of quick toggles, and many of these are very useful, but you can also add in some other ones. So if you go to the pen icon right there, you can then edit really whatever you want here, but I'm gonna edit this. And now that we're here, you can see there's a bunch of available buttons. So many of these are not there already. You can just kind of scroll through here and see what your options are. So maybe one of these is actually a feature you want to have here in your quick toggles. You can even see some third-party ones have been added. So I did install ChatGPT onto my device since getting the phone. And because of that, there's now a ChatGPT option here for available buttons. So you can take one of these, you can drop it in here. If there's some here that you know you're not going to use, you can also remove those. But I'm going to go to done. And then done once again. And then now when I pull down here, you'll see the ChatGPT option, and it did pull up ChatGPT. We'll try that one more time here. So it's a nice quick way to get over to that application. So definitely play around with this and see what you want to add here, but there's definitely lots of ways to customize it. Now with the Galaxy S25 FE, another cool feature is that you can actually hide apps on this device. So what you're going to do is hold down on your home screen here, go to settings right there, and then go down until you see hide apps on home and app screens. So there's a lot of apps here installed on the device. It's actually a carrier phone, and because of that, there are some bloatware apps pre-installed. So there might be some of these you want to hide even if you can't uninstall them. So for this example, I'm going to hide all of these Metro apps because this is a Metro by T-Mobile Galaxy S25 FE. So I'm going to go to hide. Now keep in mind, hiding these apps does not remove the apps from the device, but you will simply not see them anymore. So I'm going to go to done. And then now with those hidden, I no longer see those apps here on my device, and they used to be here. So definitely for these phones that kind of come with a lot of bloatware, I can see the hiding apps feature being really valuable. Now if you go back over to here, you can see there they are once again in your hidden apps. You can then remove those. And then now they'll be brought back into view here on the device. So we'll simply add these apps in on the final page here in your app drawer. And then from there, if you had some of them on your home screen, you can bring those back if you want to. It's really up to you. And from that, there are some other home screen settings I want to show you. So we'll go back over to here. And you can see the first thing is when you hold down on the home screen, it does pull up the different pages here. So you can completely scrap a page if you want to by tapping on that trash can. You can rearrange your various pages, so it is very intuitive here. And then if you want to as well, you have a quick way to get to your wallpaper for the device. There are lots of themes as well available from Samsung. You can access your widgets, so you can add widgets to your phone. So there's both third-party and the widgets that come with the device. So all your widgets are there. And then going over here to the settings, there's other good things here as well. So you can change the app sizes. You can remove the labels if you don't want any labels on your home screen. It does show up here in the lock screen, but on your home screen, if you don't want any labels, that definitely makes things look a lot cleaner there in comparison. So that could be pretty nice, depends on what you prefer. You can also change the grid size of your various pages. So you can go to 5x6 instead of 4x6 to add even more apps to a single view. So there's lots of different things you can customize. You can even select rotate to landscape mode. So with that enabled, if you flip things over here, you get a full landscape view of your home screen. So I could see maybe if you're driving for Uber, for example, and you always have your phone in landscape, but you still want to be able to actually use your home screen in this format, then at least you have the option here to flip the phone over on its side and use the home screen in this way. Now the next thing I want to show you is how to take a screenshot with the Samsung Galaxy S25 FE. And I actually have multiple ways to take a screenshot here with the device that I want to show you. So the first way to take a screenshot with the phone is to simply hold the volume down and power button for about a second. And then just like that, it takes the screenshot. You can then edit it, you can share it, or really do whatever you want with that screenshot. So that's really nice. Now the next way to take a screenshot is called palm swiped capture. So basically just swipe your hand over the display, just like that, and then now it'll take the screenshot. So I'm not really sure what situation that would make the most sense, but it is another way to take a screenshot with the device. Now, another way to take a screenshot is to go to the edge panel. Basically, it's this little notch on the right side of your phone. Swipe over on that, and you'll see AI Select. So choose that, and basically from there, you can kind of select a specific item on your screen. So maybe if you're on a web page, you can kind of crop in on something. I'm going to choose these icons. And then from there, it was able to basically narrow it down to there. From there, then I can download just that selected area. Generative edit is another option there as well. So nice to see that that is available in this panel. I can go to just the standard crop, and then I can further crop if I want to, and then share it or save it in that way as well. So that's another way to take a screenshot of something specific. But then you can also take a screenshot using Gemini. So if you do have Gemini enabled by holding down the power button, which is the default, I'll show you how to do that. So hold that down, take a screenshot.
I have taken a screenshot for you.
So now the screenshot has been taken. So that is how to take a screenshot with the Samsung Galaxy S25 FE. But heading back over to this edge panel right here, now some people never use this, some people really like it. It's a quick way to get to your various apps on your device, and you can access this from anywhere throughout the operating system. Now if you go to these dots down here, it will pull up all the apps installed on your phone, which is really nice. So tapping on the app pulls it up, but also in addition to that, if you then hold down on an app, you can drop it here into split screen, or if you drop it in the middle, it'll now be a floating application. So you can move this around on your device, you can do things in the background. It's pretty much like having a separate window on your phone. You can resize it if you want to. You can even tap up here and you can minimize it into this little icon. You can put that off to the side. You can come back to it later. You can go here as well and expand that. So lots of different ways that you can use that feature there. Now, I'm also going to go back over to here and show you how to use split screen. So I'm going to grab on to the first app. I'm going to drop it in right there. And then from there, you can select from a recent app or go here and then choose the second app. So I'm going to choose the alarm. And then now you can see it's a 50-50 split. So then from there, if you want to, you can adjust which app you want to take completely over, or have it still be 50-50. You can also star this. So you can add this app pair to the edge panel or even to your home screen. So I'm going to do home screen for that. And then now you can see it is here in the home screen. And then anytime I tap on this duo, it's going to pull them up. So there might be other examples of different apps you want to open up in a pair, but that's how you do it here on the device. And then you can also flip them around if you want to as well. So just many different ways to use split screen, the windowed mode, all of those different things here with the S25 FE. Now, if you swipe over again on the edge panel, you can even go over to this pen icon, and then you can further customize what shows up in the main panel. So you can add in these various apps. So pretty much anything on your device. If you tap up here, you can also choose which Galaxy AI features are present there too, and I definitely recommend trying out these different features. Many of these are really helpful, like Now Brief especially. It really gives me a good idea of what's going on in my day and gives me relevant information. So that's really awesome. And then going back over to here, you'll see this little settings icon. If you go there, you can actually fully customize the edge panel and put other things there instead. So by default, it's apps, but you can also do people, tasks, weather, tools, clipboard, and reminders. And then if you go up here on this back button, it'll then take you over to the edge panel settings. So if you want to actually completely disable edge panels, if you don't want it here on your device, you can toggle it off. You can also go to handle and you can change the placement of that edge panel. You can put it on the left side if you wish instead. You can change the color of it, transparency, all these different things can be customized so your phone is exactly how you want it to be. Now there's another area in the settings that's also very helpful with the Samsung Galaxy S25 FE, and that is the motions and gestures. So go over to the settings and then go down to where you see advanced features. So there's a lot of good stuff in here, and I definitely recommend exploring your various options. But for now, we're gonna go over to motions and gestures. Now many of these are already enabled by default. However, you might not even be aware that they exist on your device. Now one of them is not. That is lift to wake. So we'll enable that. And basically, when your phone screen's off, if you lift up your phone, it'll wake up the device. But I think that's a pretty standard feature that you definitely would want to enable here on your phone. But you can see there's some other ones here as well. Now I already showed you that palm swipe to capture, but we've got double tap to turn on the screen. Pretty standard. So just double tapping turns on your screen. Double tap to turn off the screen. You have to be somewhere where there's no icons, but double tapping will turn off the screen. We've also got alert when phone picked up, mute with gestures. So just know that these various options here in motions and gestures do exist, and you'll definitely want to kind of try out these various options to make the most of your phone. Now we've also got one-handed mode. So with the Galaxy S25 FE, we have a very large 6.7-inch display. Now this display is very difficult to reach with just one hand. So I would definitely enable this feature. And basically if you swipe down on the home button, it'll put things into one-handed mode. So now we basically have a mini phone here, and I can certainly reach all portions of the operating system with no issues. If I'm left-handed, you can put this on the left side there. You can grab onto the corner here and resize it. So if you want it a little bit bigger, you can do that too. You can also grab on here and move it a little bit further up. So lots of different ways you can change one-handed mode and customize it to exactly how you want it to be. And then if you want to get out of one-handed mode, just tap outside of the area there, and then it brings things back to normal. And if instead you'd prefer the button, you can go there and just double tapping on the home button will put things into one-handed mode. But that's definitely a really nice feature here with the S25 FE. Now also in this advanced features section, you'll see this option here called dual messenger. So basically for certain apps, and the apps will populate here as they're installed on your device if they are compatible with it, it'll create a clone of that app so you can sign in with two different accounts. So certainly apps like Facebook or WhatsApp, for example, don't really let you have completely different accounts signed in simultaneously, but you can actually do that here. So I'm not really sure how many people have duplicates of these different accounts, but if you do, and you want to access both of them on your phone at the same time, you can certainly use dual messenger. But this concludes my video on tips, tricks, and hidden features for the Samsung Galaxy S25 FE. Now there's many more things this phone can do, but that's all the time I've got for this video, but I definitely think that if you watch this video, you learned something new today, and if you did, definitely give the video a thumbs up. But this is Kevin here, this is the Galaxy S25 FE, tips and tricks, and with all that said, I'll see you in the next one. Take care and have a great rest of your day.